plan for 3 different quarterbacks.
Not exaggerating, Jameis, the most exciting player in the sport last year.
We went to the game.
It was always a show. You know who the Dolphins play this week? They play the Chiefs. Dolphins, Chiefs, they're going to need every single point they can get in with Miami. I'm thinking Gink.
Who's that?
I'm thinking Gink, and you know what I'm thinking? Show favorite, Andrew Van Ginkel, seen here invading Nakatomi Tower. He would eventually go on to be in the Money Pit. Andrew Van Ginkel is a special teams wonder for Miami, and there's this thought of, like, maybe Miami isn't as good as we thought. They're just having crazy plays like this every week for a nice run, and maybe it's all going to catch up with them. Didn't catch up with them last week, as crazy as that game got, but they're going to need something a little bit extra down the stretch if they want to punch that ticket. Andrew Van Ginkel, high school quarterback, by the way. Start him on offense, too. I'll take it.
I didn't know that.
Gink, man, making plays all over the field.
Die Hard, what are the movies?
The Money Pit and Alexander Goodenough no longer with us.
I would say Mighty Ducks 2, Iceland, one of the defenders.
Love it! Yes!
That's what he looks like?
Yes.
The coach. The
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was
Okay. Not
a great
good enough.
movie. Okay.
Yeah.
This next question, we all have agreed. There was an expiration date. No one will talk about Jake Paul. No one will mention Nate Robinson in this one. But let's talk a little boxing, shall we? We all know B-Flo, one of our favorite coaches, a candidate for Coach of the Year. Brian Flores got involved in the action on Sunday. He stuck up to protect his players on Sunday. I want to know the NFL head coach, now one of the 32 now, or go to the past, go ahead, that you'd least want to get in the ring with, Schrags.
I love Brian Flores because he had his guys back, but I also love that there's like a Brooklyn edge to him. He's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to one of the all-time legends, an owner, a coach, everything. I wouldn't mess or scrape with Al Davis. All right? I would not mess with Al Davis, Brooklyn bred.
Why?
And just that guy right there, like, he knows people. All right? I wouldn't mess with Al Davis. Where he grew up, I know that he's got some family and he's got some folks that he had to get in some scrapes as a kid.
He's the guy who will tell you, you just watch your step.
Absolutely.
All right.
And look at him. Look at him.
Watch my step.
And I would add that, you know, the league didn't like messing with Al Davis. Look at that. The league didn't like messing with him. Sued the league, came after everyone, moved his team.
I don't think God wants to mess with him right now up there, Peter.
I promise you, he's up there right now, and he's smiling at this and then saying he's going to mess with me. So I don't want to get in the ring with Al Davis.
That's good.
A lot of people tried, and it did not end up pretty.
He's just drafting angels with speed.
That's it.
You're fast. You're on my team. All right, for me, I'm going to go with the guy who has a good nickname and someone who has a scowl to them. Because I remember watching Mike Tyson, and he won before the fight even started. He would walk up to the middle of the ring, he'd stare down his opponent, and as soon as that opponent would break eye contact, he knew he won. I feel like this guy would have that, and I don't want to mess with Bill, the scowl. Cower.
I'm into it.
Listen, I work with him on Sundays. When he gets into that, look at this. And look at that chin. It looks like it's made of vibranium, antimanium, all the aniums, and all the films. You know, so you know you can't knock him out with one punch. His chin is too strong. I'm pretty sure that is pure metal in there. And then on top of that, you remember them old flicks in the 80s where the fight scene would get dirty and the guy would have like dust or dirt or powder? Yeah. Cower would do that with his spit. He'd do a little spittle.
Spit?
Yeah, hit you with the spittle in the eye. He'd be like, my eyes, I can't see. And then knock you out. I'll go with Bill Cower.
See, I think the spit would be like the dinosaur to the Newman. Like there's that goo right in his face in Jurassic Park.
To Nate. Nate, a lot of gossip on the morning radio here in New York. Boomer Esiason really pushing hard, saying Jets should go after Bill Cower. You're a colleague. What do you say?
I don't count people's pockets, but I heard Bill Cower say, give me about $20 million a year. Coming back to coaching.
Okay.
You heard it here first. Boomer dropped it, and I'm going to keep this thing going. It's not just rumor, but listen, if you want Bill Cower to come out of coaching, you're going to have to convince him. Convince him.
20 mil. Ooh.
That's Nate stays at CBS type money right there.
You feel me?
By the way, Peter, there's no vacancy with the New York Jets. How dare you?
You're right.
There's a lot of guys I wouldn't want to fight physically. Cower. Right now, Mike Vrabel, I don't want any piece of old Jack Del Rio, but I'm not worried about the physicality.
Old Jack.
I'm worried about the craziness. I don't want any part of... Who wants to fight this guy? Nobody. I'll tell you why. Jim Harbaugh, I say this completely candidly, is bleeping nuts. Jim Harbaugh would bite. He would bite your fingers off. He would go below the groin. He would poke in the eyes. He is a crazy person in the best possible way. And by the way, he may be joining the ranks in the NFL sometime soon. Who knows? Maybe he'll have that Jets job that's not available. Jim Harbaugh. John is like the even-keeled cool brother. Jim is absolutely insane. He came to my junior high school in 1991 and
really?
to all of us at Daniel Wright Junior High in 90. He was the Bears quarterback at the time.
Yeah.
And we were all like kind of moving back, like this guy's really animated. He did a demonstration of how you're supposed to take a snap from center, and the description that he used, here's the Jim Schwartzman,
wow, we have the image.
in where to place your hand as it pertains to your center was so inappropriate for a junior high audience and so, not even PG-13, R-rated. And I'm like, at that point, this guy's nuts. 10 minutes later, he's in the Super Bowl. I think he'll be back in the NFL, and I ain't fighting him.
He's nuts? Is that what he's talking about?
No, Nate, it was north of that. I wish it was. It was not even that. I'd rather fight both Paul brothers at the same time than Jim Harbaugh once, than the Harbaugh brothers.
I would send you to do a lap for that
I know.
Paul comment, but you can't come with
Well, Logan now is relevant. He's fighting Floyd.
They're
back.
Floyd or McGregor?
Can't
Floyd?
Wait.
Floyd.
Yeah.
I thought it was McGregor.
No, it's actually happened. That should go well.
50-pound weight difference.
Okay, let's talk Baker Mayfield here. Baker has clearly, he's let loose, of course. He's got some great post-game press conferences. He was a little more chill. It's something we talk about in our commercial breaks quite a bit. This year, he's kicked things up a notch just a little. Take a listen.
Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, then I don't do that. Only two things I hate more than missing throws, and that's lying and skim milk. And skim milk's just water lying about being milk. Like he never stops going up. I mean, he jumped and just kept levitating. It's like a Super Mario double bounce. I don't know. They made great plays when they needed to. I think Miles took the approach of, real G's moving silence like lasagna. Just the mindset of trying to be just a bunch of big, hairy American winning machines is important.
I love it. Good pop culture references. I would like to know the pop culture quote that you'd want to hear in a press conference this year still, Nate.
Pop culture quote. I just kind of took one from one of my favorite movies because I feel like these guys that get in their bag like this, they're really in a league of their own.
What's
so
happening?
I'm going to go with, there's no crying in baseball.
Tom Hanks.
You know what? I feel like they should just replace baseball with football because there's a lot to complain about. And let me just keep it real for a second. If your game gets moved or you get pulled off the field, there's a lot of people dealing with a lot of stuff. So there's no crying in football. You guys are millionaires. If they move your game or you got to do something that makes you uncomfortable, just think about what everybody else is dealing with.
Good.
That's Nate's moment of keepingitreal.com.
Good.
I thought he'd go with something for more money. Like, got heavy.
I thought he was going to kill someone.
Yeah.
He went first and he never does. I was waiting.
But you're right. I was thinking like
Go ahead, Peter. You're up.
Blankman or The Never-Ending Story. Great movie.
I'm a luck
I'm going to go with A Bronx Tale, Now You Can't Leave. And I want to hear it from Baker Mayfield because for years it was come to Cleveland and you want to play Cleveland. You want to play us in our stadium. No. Get to Cleveland. Now you can't leave. And at that moment, I saw Sonny hit those 8 men and my jaw dropped. I mean, that's Chaz Palminteri right there. Chaz, Sonny, incredible movie.
What movie is he at there? Fern Gully or something? What the hell is behind Chaz?
I don't know.
Peter.
That is some shot of Chaz.
Peter, we're playing
Stay hot.
the Minnesota Vikings at home. Night before the game, Mike Tice walks up and says, guys, I can give you the game plan. I can tell you how good you're going to play. But you heard what they said all week. You read the papers and the news clippings. Play the movie. He plays that scene.
Oh, yeah.
And when I tell you, goosebumps. Guys were ready to run through a wall.
Really?
And we beat the brakes off our opponent that next. Guys couldn't sleep because we just kept thinking about the scene, which we've seen before.
You're not familiar. It's a biker gang comes into the old family bar. Says, we're going to have a couple beers. The biker and Chaz says, have one. Then they make a mess. Says, okay, get out of here. Says, we're not leaving. Then he locks the door.
Said, just know.
Now you can't.
You walk into the Metrodome. Once they walk in, now you just can't leave. Peter, a scene I'll never forget.
Entirely necessary for the made guys to go out and also destroy
homes the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. And now we're 23 years later, we're up to 185 single-parent homes.
Wow.
And I can't even remember the markets, but I know we're in like 22 markets, 15 states, I think. We've had great impact. And that's what really inspired me, my mom, her dream of home ownership. And this program is called Homes for the Holidays, where we help give $5,000 down payment assistance, but we fully furnish the homes with food, furniture, linens, garden tools, TVs, computers, all the way down to the toothbrush. So we pretty much try to get everyone to the point where all they have to do is bring their clothes. And when you think about affordable housing, the need, how rent is high, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartments are $2,000. We try to encourage individuals to find a stable environment to purchase a home. I mean, that's the quickest way to grow wealth in this country. So we really try to impact families in that way. And now with the organization, we have three additional programs. We have a national program that's called Scope, where we try to encourage families to eat healthy foods, to grow their own vegetable boxes at home.
Wow.
Really use coupons when they go out and shop at grocery stores. We have another program that's called Count on Your Future, a financial literacy program. And we don't really just focus on checks and balances. We really try to encourage families to save money. So the organization will match a family when they start a savings account up to $500 to start a savings account, and they have access to a financial advisor for 2 years. So we want to make sure that they're budgeting and really spending on need. And we have a scholarship program that we really just try to encourage individuals to give back to the community, and we will also give back as well to them. So it's been rewarding, man. I'm thankful.
Changing the lives of hundreds of families. Warren, we love having you on the show. It's always good to see you and to talk to you and be inspired by you. You're also on the panel for the 2020 Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award. You belong on that panel, of course, and what you do there is you help narrow down the finalist. Can you tell me the qualities that you look for in a player when making that decision and navigating all of that?
Well, sometimes it's tough because when you're trying to think about the man who is representing the organization, representing their teammates, but also what they're doing on the football field, what the impact that they're having. And they don't have to be superstars. You just want a guy who is a team player who, every once in a while, they got to bring the team together to really root them on and keep guys focused. And, it's always hard to really narrow down the list of individuals that we actually like. So I know that the panel, we all review the names, the list, and then we all come together. And sometimes we're all on point. That we think these are the guys that deserve it. So you want guys who display leadership, guys who go above and beyond, who thinks about their teammates before they think about themselves, but also who actually goes out in the field and, they're playing at a high level and being consistent.